Okay, welcome everyone. Good morning. We'll start our new unit, which is unit which will go through management. And if you have please any question, drop me email on my email address anjum@ukversity.co.uk. Before starting, a little bit introduce myself. As you know me, my name Anjum Satar. I'm working with University last 10 years, and I'm also teaching at the University of Bradford, and I do work for Leeds. And if you have any question, please just drop me email anjum@ukversity.co.uk. So my background, I'm partly qualified ACCA. I did MA in International Business Management, MSc in Marketing, MBA, member of CMI and member of CIPD, and I'm also taught various courses, MBAs, CMI level up to level 7, um, CIPD courses, BA in Business Management, BSc. So plus I'm just doing my PhD and my second years, and that's all about me. I work in industry as well. I work for various companies, such as I work for British Gas as the area sale managers. I also work for Scottish and Southern district sale managers, work for logistic, used to be look around Morrison logistics side, and I work uh, in sales and marketing, customer service, and I do part-time accounting business as well. So that's all brief introduction about me. Please, if you any question, feel free. Anything you not get, please always ask. We always happy to help. We always here because before starting, let's is one of the great scholar Henry Ford mentioned coming together is a beginning. Today is our beginning. Keeping together is a progress, and working together is a success. So we all, as a university, we work as a team. We're always happy to help, and we always, uh, try our best to go extra mile with the student. So just feel free, drop us email admin@university if you have any question. Drop uh, emails to me, which I just mentioned earlier, my email address. We'll start, our unit. So each lesson will go through one LO, which is one learning outcome. And today lesson will go through LO1. Before starting our lesson, we'll go through unit specification, what we're supposed to learn, and then we'll start our proper session. So normally during our recording, we just stop the video, and but I'll carry on delivering. And if you have any question at the end, you can ask as well. And during delivery, if you have any question, please you can stop me and you can ask as well as many questions you want, huh? So feel free. We'll start. Okay guys, we'll hope so you'll see in a minute. uh Okay, so please make sure you have a Moodle access and log in our Moodle page, which is BLE Virtual Learning Environment. We call Moodle. A couple of you maybe study in the universities, and it's called Blackboard, and the Blackboard, which is also is a BLE Virtual Learning Environment. Okay, we'll start. So first of all, we are starting quick. We'll go through the unit specification. So this is our units is about the management, strategic management, which is mean long term, and the management perspective, which we are looking, is a unit 7, 20 credit unit. And the aim of this unit is the develop understanding about the chain management model, as well as the new plan for, and look around the strategic option and create the implementation plan, and leads to the organizational change. Okay, so we have each lesson will go through one learning outcome. So be able to analyze the key external influence on the organization strategies. Strategies mean action plan, where we are, where we want to see ourselves. Think about if we don't change. One of the great scholars said, either you're 80 or 20, if you stop learning, you're older. Otherwise, we'll carry on. If yeah, always we need to be. So always I'll give the example about Nokia. Why Nokia is not any more successful? Because they did not change according to the external environment. All other company they change, they innovate the things and they stay in the business. Other company not. BHS British Home Store is it's not sustained, but the Primark is growing because we have to change according to the fashion, according to the industry, according to the environment. If we don't change, it will stay behind. Be able to appraise the strategic option which we need to be look around the critically explore. That's which we'll go through in the second lesson. Be able to evaluate the various tools and approaches to the strategy implementation. That's what we'll go through in our lesson 3. Be able to develop, implement strategic organizational change management plan. That's what we'll go through in lesson 4. Lesson 5, be able to monitor and control the implementation of the strategic plan. That's what we'll go through in lesson 5. So these are in 5 lessons. We'll go through 5 LOs and indicative contents always given here. What we're supposed to be each, the bullet points here underneath all the key factors which cover our discussion: micro environment, macro environment, long term, short term goal, what is the mission, what is meant by objective, what are meant by values. These all will be in our discussion. So please, if you have any question, always feel free and ask. Okay, so let's we'll start our LO1 learning outcome 1, and you've been given all the recommended resources, additional books, and the website quite good. Financial Times, one of the good. Managers.org, which is called Chartered Institute, CMI, also good resources as well. Let's we'll start. Okay, so please, lesson 1, let's we'll start. Welcome everyone. We'll start. First of all, always good to know what is meant by these words. Strategic is mean long term. We're looking long term perspective. What is the management? Management is one of the great scholars said. Management is a task. Management is a discipline. Success of anything is the success of managers, and the failure of anything is the failure of managers. They not manage the thing accordingly. So our LO1, which is be able to analyze the key external influence on the organization strategies, which will look, today lesson, and indicative content, which we just mentioned, which we'll go through in a minute. And please, you can ask, any question if you have. What it do mean by strategy? A plan, action, design to achieve the long-term objective, overall objective of organization. Every organization have an objective. Why we are in the business? We never say we are in the business to earn the profit. We always here to serve you, betterly contribute to society. This profit ultimately will come. The strategy. The word is derived from the Greek word strategist, which used to be in military, which we command armed forces state, but the strategy in the business is very popular, and we need to be make the strategy to encounter our competitors and the long-term plan to do achieve the certain goal. Strategy is what broadly intend to do and reach long-term goals and objectives. What is the management? Management is the coordinating administration of the task and achieve the goal. So management is the coordination of the resources through. So management 2+2, really we want to create less input, streamline our processes, and more output. That's the crucial in the management. So we have to think about the. I'll normally quote one of our author's example by given principle management book by Coons, which is quite good. To read. I'll upload the book, located. So management is a process of designing an environment to achieve the pre-selected objective. Pre-selected objective. If you're a manager, your job to design an environment like we want to learn. We can learn by singing, dancing, explanation, watching video, whatever way, but we can design environment to learn really under our objective to achieve, the understanding about management, whatever way we achieve it. Okay, so guys, let's 2 minutes. We can watch this video. What is about the strategies? I'll pause the video, our recording, and you can watch it, and then we'll start. Okay, hope you watch it. Okay, let's back. The strategy is the level of answer the fundamental question what you and want to achieve. The business strategy is the level focuses on you are going to compete. Market strategy, the strategy level focus you are going to grow in where you are now, where you want to. And then we can look at our valuation of how much change in the different strategy dominate budgetary planning and control, corporate planning in mid 17 corporate strategy, then mid 1780s is analysis of the industry, late the quest of the comprehensive competitive advantage innovation. So that's after 2000 is more about innovation, technologies, change. Yes. So man issues, financial control, planning, diversification. So in different era, these are different concepts evolving and becoming embedded in the business world, in the management world, really budgeting, appraisal, forecasting. These are now is dynamic source of advantage, knowledge management. Like you, couple of you heard about the knowledge-based economy. Yes. So emphasis on the financial management. But today now we more focus on the virtual organization alliance quest in critical mass productions, which we can look around. So what is the strategic management process? So you develop the vision, mission, and statement. Mission, why you are in the business. Vision, where you want to see yourself. External environment, political, economic, social, and these are called uncontrollable environment. You can't control it. Guys, quick a question. What is the national minimum wage in the UK? What is national minimum wage in the UK? So national minimum wage in the UK at the moment is £11 and 44 pence. So every year, if you're not aware of and you can't manage your costing, you have to be up to date. So you have to adjust your plan accordingly. So we can look around internally environmental analysis within the company. So how you can motivate if you're not aware of your own staff motivation. So first thing you motivate your staff, then you can look around. So it's a very crucial we need to be look around, establish the long-term objective. Objective mean end goal, what we want to be achieve, generate, evaluate, and choose the strategies and implement the strategy and measure and evaluate the performance. So strategy formulation, strategy implementation, and strategy evaluation. These are very important. So first 1.1, critically evaluate the position of an organization in the current market. The strategic positioning is the concern with the impact of the strategies, external environment, internal resources, competencies, and expectation and influence of the stakeholders. So today, a consideration of the environment, strategic capabilities, and the expectation and the process and the purpose within the cultures, political framework organization provide the basis for the understanding the strategic position. So that's which we need to be. We have the author Johnson in school. We have various other authors. The strategy is the long term. We want to see as an organization. Strategy can be different than your competitors. So it's important to take the advantage of the future and assess the current strategy fit with the strategic position of the company. So your strategy is fit, think about, how Amazon is successful company, the Prime, the Kindle, the resources, the embedding, the changes, using AI, using, different, using robots, using drone. So ultimately the change is happen, but in other companies. So we can look around different model. First of all, it's very important framework, which is called SWOT. SW is the internal and OT is the external. So S is come strength. What strength you have as a company. So think about how many employees you have, how many years in the business, what sort of. So that's why it's very crucial you identify the strength, your resources, your expertise, your competencies, your so then you can look around what are the area of development. Maybe your ROI, return on investment, lower than your competitor. Really, we need to be focused. OT come from external environment. If you are strong and you're not availing the opportunity, You have to make the strategy to avail those opportunities. So O come from opportunity. T is the what risk you have, So that's really crucial as a business. We have to look around internal match with external. Normally, sometimes I'll joke, people, and it's quite good to be look around, which we can, in a minute, you match with internal with external. So if you want to even choose your partners, you can look around what areas you're strong, the opportunity, the person is also strong, knowledge skill is match it, you're a maximum, your partner maximum is a maximum opportunity. You have to accelerate, so we can look around is all these, the internal versus external. So internal strength, weaknesses, external come from opportunity, threats come from external. If you don't change it, you can't really new technology. So like AI and various other blockchain. So then we have external environment, which is pastel analysis, it's political, social, technological, political. Think about we have in the UK the new political government in power, and they have a new manifesto. They pass the new laws towards immigration, towards education, towards investment. That's, we have to. So our strategy need to be changed and switch accordingly. Legal factors, the laws carry on changing like GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. We can look around various the legislation. The economic factor, as mentioned, national minimum wage. We can look around the inflation rate, where you can find it, it's quite good. I'll quick, go through the ONS. Okay, guys, ONS is quite good website. Okay, ONS called Office of National Statistics. Okay, so Office of National Statistics, where you can find the numbers. So if you look at the moment, inflation is coming down. It's 2.8. We expecting it will become down again, is around 2% now. GDP is going upward, which is growing economy 0.7%, which is mean indicated will create more opportunity. So if you want to expand your business, it means there will be more opportunities, because when the people employment and the unemployment come down and more people are employed, so ultimately it creates the opportunity for within the country. So that's the most crucial factor you have to think about, guys. So we need to be look around. Okay, social factor, of course, think about, the social factor. People are becoming more throwing society. People are shopping online, the trend, culture, the norms, value, and the technologies, AI, artificial intelligence, blockchain. So that can be look around. We have one of the great scholar, Michael Porter. He gave the 4 types of forces. Those we need to be well aware of. This is not, these are known as Michael Porter 5 forces. So thread of the new entrance. Always look around the whichever industry you're working. The thread of the new trends is a high, low, medium. So if we think about in the technology industry, a lot of companies, the high thread, anyone can buy and sell things online. So thread of the new entrance is the high bargaining power of buyers. So buyer had the bargaining power a lot. The customer can go and switch from one company to other company. Threat of the substitute, other substitute product, which is alternative product, can be high, low, medium, and the bargaining power of supplier. We can look around in industry, high, low, and so you have to make the strategies to withdraw the barrier, the safeguard for your company to sustain in a business. Otherwise, we can't really sustain in a business. So that's why it's very crucial to be sustained. Sustainability is the key thing. You can differentiate yourself. You can safeguard yourself, because a lot of customers think about, why I buy eBay, I'll go Amazon. Amazon is giving me Prime. Amazon is giving me next day delivery guarantee. So we can look around these factors, so you have to develop the strategies accordingly. Anybody, any question? Yes, yes, no, no. No question. Okay, let's guys move to the next. One other model is given by the Porter. It's called Porter Diamond model. So whenever you looking and making the strategies for any factor and condition within the industry, always demand. So law of demand and supply. So when the supply go up, demand go down. Prices go up, demand go down, but it's not always. So think about economics, law of demand and supply, related sporting industry. So you wonderful company, but in the country there is a no infrastructure, no sporting courier company, insurance companies, and the recruitment companies, are consultancy companies. How this can? So firm strategies and structure and revival, that is also be very, very crucial, which we should sustain and stay. So that's, guys, which we need to be look around. Then we been model been given by the Porter value chain model, which is value. So other model, because Michael Porter gave, various sort of model. So value chain. This is very for Michael Porter saying some are the primary activity and some are the sportive activity. If you have a good network between them and you can, the work towards, and that will help, to achieve the organization objective. Otherwise, we can't really achieve, so we have to focus on the firm infrastructure, which will help you to be focused on the inbound logistic operation that need to be. When you do these and create the value stream and short supply chain, yes, less stock, taking order advance, and the recruiting HR a right person for the right job with the right skill, with the right ability, with the right talent. So ultimately, these bring, the competencies and competitive advantage for organization, and that will help you to sustain and increase the sustainability in the organization. That's please we need to be look around. Anybody any question? So think about CSF. Next, critical success factor. Every company have some critical success factor. So one is a cost, production cost, less cost and high. So, but think about in the hotel industry, critical success factor is the customer service, not infrastructure itself. So your chef, the people that serve, these can play the key role. So you need to be look around critical success factor for each department, for each market. So think please, let's guys spend few minutes and look this case study, which is Apple position in the market. Okay, yes, hope you went through this case. Yes, leverage unique ability they have, continue the investment and R&D. So Nokia not invested in money and stop, in saving. So you have to think about the strategy of making the short term, the long term effect. So the target market and distribution, we can look around the industry analysis. We can look around the competitive rivalry, Samsung, Google, and Microsoft. We can look around the Porter, five forces, buyer bargaining power, supplier bargaining powers, and we can look around the thread of the substitute and thread of the new entrant. And the TOES metric is opposite of really SWOT, strength, weaknesses. So threads, opportunity, weaknesses, and strength, and the five forces, the model we can use it. So we've been use these models to apply analysis for the uh, Apple. So you can see that the trend is 13.9% of market share. You will see the limited distribution network that used to be opportunity distribution network expansion. If we have the thread, if they don't aggressive, the competition and inflation in the industry that can bring the stress, and the Samsung you can compare with, that's how much market share they have and all of this. So these are the huge, and good comparison, your strength with your competitors, and always, we can look around the rivalry and in industry what we have. Apples, you can look around the stores metric, what is the strength, what the weaknesses and opportunity. We can match, SO, you're strong, outside is the opportunity. That's the ideal situation. You're strong, T is the thread outside, but your strength can overcome the weaknesses. You're weak, you have to minimize your weaknesses, the strategy to avail the opportunities. But if you're weak, outside is the weak, that's not really good. Where WT the situation comes. So we can look around these matrices and quite good to apply these to for analysis. Then we have a 1.2 critically analyze the effect of the existing plan. The purpose of the plan is mean where you are, where you want to go. Team can play the key role. Uh, Excellent. We've been given here the different strategies of the Apple. People love music. You have to look around what is happening in industry. You can change the strategy. Some products can be star, crash course, problem child. You have to be, which we can look around the BCG metric, which is given by the Boston Consultant Group matrices, which is called BCG. When you do the strategic analysis, please, is the key step within the strategic planning process. If you want long-term plan, look around the environmental analysis, the current strategic position of the company, and you look around the various choices where you want to expand the business. And then you can implement the strategy, whichever you will make accordingly. So assess the strategic position consists of competitor, the market, regulation, discovery, and look around the opportunities and the thread, look around the strength and the weaknesses, look around the cultures, mean the norms, the value, look around the stakeholders. Stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest in the business, is mean stake. Stake mean interest. Sometimes use in the word stake. If somebody will looking towards you say, come on, what stake you have on me? Why you looking towards me? So stake mean interest. So that is very, very crucial, which we need to be. External environment, external mean is outside, which is uncontrollable. This is the macro macro level. It's a big, it's these factors you have to look around: political, economic, social, technological, and you have to make the strategies accordingly. That will help organization to put the resources allocation is also very important. You're looking there, so you have resources, but you have to deploy the resources to fulfill the wishes of your stakeholders. Stake means so your customer, your supply, your lenders, your government also want tax. These are all the stake mean interest. Even the generation come after us, we have to protect. So that's why we have to focus on the profit, planet, and people. Profit, planet, and people. Stake and the culture. Culture mean norms, value. You have to sometimes think about Steve Jobs cultures in Apple. Because those are the founders, they give the culture to the organization, and the culture is very important. And culture influence on the business success. So expectation and the influence, stakeholders mean define anyone who has any interest in the business. In the strategic planning, you have to make sure that keeping in view of the stakeholders, always try to be minimize the risk. Risk is the probability of happening something, and the return strategy. We want to increase the return, we want to reduce the cost, we want to increase the profitability. That is very crucial. Non-profitable organization, which is like hospitals, and so we have to look around the value for money, value for customer, the belief and exemption within an organization. Culture affect interpretation of the. So we have the store called Saveway, and then Morrison took over their 50 store, but only managed to convert few stores according to their layout, because every current organization has its own culture, the norms, values. So that's why I use the term think globally, act locally. To act locally, you have to understand the legislation and the local environment. Otherwise, you can't sustain in a business for the sustainability. Then we can look on the Apple wise gain the competitive advantage over the competitor. The product is a high technology brand image. Apple is going top, the years after years. That's the brand image, which is the reputation and the goodwill. Profit gain over the profit period of time. Research and development. Apple is investing money on the research and ethical issue. They have guaranteed the different ethical issues. Organization, they are cutting child labor, not involving the fair wages, looking unethical method of hiring. They want to reduce these. So we have the ported generic strategy. We look around the competitive strategy, is how the strategic business achieves its competitive advantage. SBU, strategic business unit, like the Ford has the Fiesta, Ford Mondeo, Ford Focus. These are all use one SBU, then you can make the strategies accordingly. Then Michael Porter gave the four strategy cost leadership. You want the most cheapest company in the whole industry, like Ryanair. They are cutting and focusing where we can reduce the cost per seat and profit can go up. So that can be differentiation is innovation. You differentiate yourself from the competitors. Like, think about the Apple strategy. Yes, softwares and designs and things. So cost focus is a narrow strategy, which is, your one thing is a different than competitors. That can be differentiation. Focus is mean, the strategy you're making differentiate, your from your customer, from your supplier. So cost leadership is the most lower input economies of scale, experience, product, process. That can be focus, differentiation, speedy customer. You look the key competitor reviver, the focus strategies, the target, the cost focus is like we have the company called Iceland Food. We have the differentiation ARM Holding, one of the biggest company making chip based in Sheffield and took over by the Japanese bank invested in. And that is just huge, the profit is compared the resources, they hold the asset, plant, machinery, building, what they have, but they are generating in millions profit because the reason they have the strategy and using the market and bring it. Michael Porter said, you can't be fight on two types of strategy. You can be a cost leader or cost focus. If you want cost leader as well and differentiation as well, you will be stuck in the middle. Don't do it. You make it one strategy, stick with it, and carry on working. One day, your enemies, your will follow that, will become to you, these stuck with the strategy you need to be make it to achieve the organization objective. End of the day, whatever we do, we have objective mean end result, what we want to achieve. Otherwise we're stuck in the middle. Okay, so pursuing the different generic strategy, different cost structure, technology, managerial innovation, where both cost efficiency and the quality can be improved, and we can look around competitive failure. If the rivalry are the similar stuck in the middle, there is a no significant competition, middle strategies, and it's okay. So we need to be think about, guys. I included some link for extra reading. So today our lesson was what we have, what is meant by strategic management, what's come in it. We discuss about SWOT, SWOT. We discuss about uh, pastel, political, economic, social. We discuss about Porter five forces. We discuss Porter generic strategy, cost leadership differentiation, and we had a discussion about mission, visions, value, and we link to the Apple and the case, and we contextualize our discussion. I mentioned you the example of the Nokia as well. Thanks for attending today's lesson. And the next lesson we'll go through LO2, learning outcome 2. Uh, Hello, Moniva, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm not sure what time you joined. Any question you have?
No, but can I get a recording of the session?
Yes, you will get the recording. And today we discuss about, I can take you back, a bit, to, yes. So at the end of the lesson, you will get the recording. I can send you, otherwise the back office will send you the recording. Okay. So can you see the slides?
Yes, I can view them.
Okay, brilliant. So these are, which we can look around. We had a discussion about the aim of unit, indicative contents. We discussed about different tools, those we can use it for a market analysis and then developing the strategies accordingly. And we had few examples in the slide. So please, if you have any particular question, you can ask, in the next lesson, we'll do a bit recap as well. So we seen the SWOT, how we can look around the strength and weaknesses. Those are the internal within the company, and opportunities and the threats or the risk. Those come from an external environment. We discuss about political, economic, social, and technological analysis. This is called pastel analysis. A pastel analysis is very important. We had a discussion about economic factors, uh, such as the national minimum wage if it's increased. So we have to look around what impact of that, and we have to develop the strategy to reduce the cost. Like in the UK, national minimum wages went up to £11 and 44 pence, and ultimately the cost is went up, and we have to make the strategy how we can, or either we increase the price to recover, otherwise it impact our profitability. So based on the external environment, like people are shopping more online now, social factors, so we have to think about, if the cultures change, so think globally, act locally. You have to make the strategies accordingly. Yes, like blockchain and drone technology. If you're not, then of course we can't sustain it in a business. So we can look around the Porter five forces. Porter, Michael Porter, one of the great scholar, who gave this, these are the five forces, thread of the new entrance. So in some industry, anyone can join and leave, which is a high thread. We can, using these five forces, we can do analysis and we can say yes, high, low, medium, and we'll try to safeguard and making strategies towards, minimize the risk of these things. So bargaining power of suppliers, buyers, threat of substitute. So these we can look around in each industry. We discuss about Porter diamond model. When you're looking and making any strategy, look the factor or condition in the industry. Sporting industries, like if you're a wonderful, you want manufacturing, but there is a no courier or the sporting transport industry or infrastructure, so that not really help you to achieve your objective. So reviving the competition and demand condition in the industry, what we have, So then we had the value chain model, which is also given by Michael Porter, and we can look around inbound logistic and our primary activities, and the secondary activities we have to reduce our inventory stock. Ultimately this will reduce the cost, but if we want to, we have to make sure a firm have a clear infrastructure, and we make the and use the technology effectively to trace the demand and supply, because otherwise we will be out of the supply in the warehouse. So that's, one of the value chain model. Then we critical success factor, looking the industry, like in a hotel industry, it's not mean you have a big, the room infrastructure and all, but the most critical is the customer service is very important as well. That need to be value driven. Customer service is a critical. So we each industry. So then we discuss about Apple case study. So please, we is an analysis of these models which we applied to Apple and Samsung. So it's good to look around SWOT tools, which is exactly the same. And then we had a discussion about 1.2, 1.1. 1.2 is more we looking strategic choices, long-term plan, and we discuss about Porter generic strategy and contextualize with internal and stakeholders. Stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest in the business. We call stake. Then these, we focus on the Porter generic strategy, cost leadership, cost focus, differentiation, and differentiation focus. These will further contextualize in the next lesson as well. That's all about, the abstract of the lesson was. Okay, so any question?